Welcome to the channel. I trust that you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade crypto on Apex Pro. Apex Pro is a decentralized crypto trading platform where you can go long and short on various different cryptos using the order book model. There's no KYC required when connecting your hot wallet to Apex. In this tutorial, I'm going to cover a little bit more about what Apex Pro is. We'll go over the fees for placing longs and shorts. Then I'll show you how to connect your wallet and deposit some funds. From there, I'll get you familiar with the user interface, where I'll show you how to place trades using limit orders, market orders, as well as how leverage works and how to adjust your leverage. From there, I'll show you how to set some take profits, as well as stop losses and how to withdraw your coins. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time navigating to Apex Pro, I've left a verified link for you in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. So feel free to use that link when navigating to the site. For full disclosure, I will get a small kickback if you choose to use that link at no extra cost to you. This is a lengthy tutorial, so for convenience, I've left some timestamps in the description down below. At any point, feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. I'll also let you know that this is not a sponsored video, and this video is not financial advice. This video is intended for educational purposes only. If you're brand new to trading, please be aware that a lot of traders do lose money. This is a high-risk endeavor in a risky market. So I would suggest take your time, get to know how all of this works, develop a good trading strategy before ever putting your hard-earned money at risk. Learning how to trade correctly does take time. The good news is that markets are not going anywhere, so take all the time you need to do your own research before ever placing your first trades. Aside from that, if you get some value out of this video, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe. Let's get into the video. If you click my link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment down below, you'll arrive on this page here. And this is where you can go straight to connecting your wallet. And I'll cover this here shortly. If you'd prefer not to use my link and you come to the website directly, you'll land on this page here. Just make sure it is the official Apex Pro website. You don't want to connect your wallet to an incorrect dApp. The link down below is a verified link if you choose to go that route. And here you can see that Apex Pro is a multi-chain permissionless trading platform, and it is based off an order book model. KYC is not required in order to use this app. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's legal to use this. Different countries around the world are going to have different government regulations. So you'll need to do your own due diligence, look into it, and make sure you're legally allowed to use this platform. I imagine in the near future, there's going to be even more regulations rolled out, some for the better and some for the worse. So by the time you're watching this video, it is a good idea to confirm if you're allowed to use this platform. Apex Pro also has a couple tokens associated with it. So if we scroll down the page here a little bit, here you can see that Apex Protocol is supported by Apex, a token that grants governance rights. There's also another token called BANA, and this is a trade to earn reward token on Apex Pro. And you can earn BANA by placing longs and shorts. If you want to buy and hold some Apex tokens, you can find those over on Bybit. Of course, that's not a recommendation, nor is it financial advice. This video is for educational purposes only. We can learn more about Apex Pro, as well as find the trading fees for Apex Pro, if we come right up here where it says Get Book and give it a click. Here we can see in Apex Pro's own words that Apex Pro is a non-custodial trading platform that delivers limitless cross-margin perpetual contracts to its meta community under a new social trading framework. It is primed to deliver limitless access to perpetual swaps market with its order book model, as it remains committed to the promises of not just speed and efficiency, but also security with transparency on traders' assets. With the integration of starkware's Layer 2 scalability engines, StarkX and Validium, Apex Pro offers cross-margin perpetual contracts with multi-chain support, low fees, deep liquidity, and maximum security. Why StarkX? StarkX is a Layer 2 scalability engine developed by Starkware powered by Stark proofs, a form of zero-knowledge proof. Leveraging StarkX's use of cryptographic proofs in validating transactions and also Validium, Apex Pro is poised to provide faster transaction processing speeds and some of the lowest gas fees across the DeFi sphere. Engineered for higher liquidity and greater network interoperability, users can access non-custodial trading for ETH and ERC20 and EVM-compatible tokens. You can find the trading fees for Apex Pro right over here on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll see where it says Trading Perpetual Contracts. Just give that a click, and right down here you'll find trading fees. Alternatively, you'll find them right here on this page. Just give it a click, And here we can see that the current maker fees are at 0.02%. So that's if you're going to be placing limit orders onto the order book. And the current taker fees are at 0.05%. That's if you're going to be executing market orders. If you're brand new to trading and you don't know what those order types are, it's all good. I'm going to be covering those in this tutorial alongside some brief demonstrations. Another good tidbit of information to point out is right down here. It says, do I have to pay gas fees to trade? And the answer is no. Since trades are executed on layer 2, no gas fees will be charged. So when you're placing your market orders or your limit orders, you're not going to incur gas fees. Good piece of information to be aware of. So let's go ahead and head back to the home page and launch the app. To launch the app and get trading, simply click right here where it says Trade Now, or come up here and click on Launch App. And here's the user interface where all the trading happens. To connect your wallet, just simply come over here on the right-hand side. You'll find a button that says Connect Wallet. Alternatively, you can use the Connect Wallet button at the top right-hand side. Just give it a click. Then you'll get a pop-up window here, and as you can see, Apex Pro supports a variety of different networks. You have your Ethereum network, BNB chain, Polygon, and Arbitrum One. For this tutorial, I'll just simply demonstrate with Ethereum. The next thing you'll need to do is choose your wallet from one of these wallets down below. And as you can see, Apex Pro supports a variety of different wallets as well. Now, if you don't already have a wallet, I'm not covering how to set up a wallet in this tutorial. I'll be making separate tutorials for each one of these wallets going forward. So if you want to, hit subscribe and watch for those videos as they come out. My intention with this tutorial is just to be demonstrating the Apex Pro platform. So I'm going to go ahead and choose MetaMask. Next, you'll need to do 2 signatures with your wallet. You can see one is to verify the ownership, and the next is to enable trading. You can see here that this Remember Me button is toggled on, but it's important to note that only use Remember Me if you are using a secure device that you own. Selecting this option can expose your keys and information to others if you're on a public or non-secured device. I'm just going to go ahead and uncheck that even though I'm on a trusted device. Then simply hit Send Requests. And as you can see on my wallet here, I'm getting asked to sign the first signature here to verify my ownership. So I'm just going to click sign. Now I'm being asked to enable trading. I'm going to go ahead and say sign. And now my wallet is connected. Now that we've connected our wallet, the next step is to deposit some funds. Now you'll notice over here when I come over where it says BTC versus USDC and give that a click, that currently at the time of recording, all these pairings are quoted in USDC. So what I did is I sent some USDC into my MetaMask wallet, and I'm going to go ahead and deposit USDC. Now in the future, there's likely going to be several more pairings and even different market types, but this is what we have to work with, at least at the time of recording. So to deposit some USDC, we're going to come right over here where it says deposit and give that a click. Then you get a little pop-up window here, so you can see that we're sending this through the Ethereum network. The asset is USDC. In this box here, we can type in a custom amount to send in if we wish, or we can send in everything by simply clicking on max. Right here, you can see that it says enable USDC on Apex Pro. You must enable USDC the first time you deposit on Apex Pro. You'll only have to do this once. So I'm going to go ahead and click on enable USDC. Then we're going to have to sign this in the MetaMask wallet. And as you can see, I am going to get charged a small gas fee for this for $2.34. So I'm just going to come down here and click on confirm. Now that we've enabled USDC with our MetaMask wallet, we can simply click on confirm deposit. Then we'll need to come back to our MetaMask wallet and we'll have to confirm this. And when depositing the coins, we will be charged a gas fee once again. So in this case here, it's about $7, which isn't very great at the time of recording. And this is going to fluctuate all over the place. There'll be some times when you pay a smaller gas fee and sometimes you'll pay a higher gas fee. As you can see, it's constantly refreshing. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and eat this and click on confirm. Now the deposit is in progress and we can see the progress of it here at the top right-hand side of the screen. In my case here, it's estimating 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and pause my recording here and I'll come back once this arrives on the platform.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, deposit was successful and you can see my available balance right here, 102 USDC. Now I'm going to quickly go over the user interface here. If you're already familiar with the user interface, feel free to use the timestamps in the description down below to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. For anyone that's brand new to this, I'm going to go ahead and get into this a little bit for you. So to find your pairings, you'll obviously come up over here where it says BTC versus USDC, and you can give that a click. Like I've said before, all these pairings, at least at the time of recording, are quoted in USDC. This means that all profits and losses will be settled in USDC. Simply click on the pairing that you wish to trade. For this tutorial, I'll go ahead and leave this on BTC versus USDC. Right here, we have the price action chart, which is showing us the asset's performance over a selected time frame. In my case here, you can see that I'm currently set to a 4-hour time frame. This means that each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours of time. You can easily change the time frame by simply clicking on the time frame up at the top left-hand side of the chart that you wish to view. So if we wanted the daily, we'd give that a click. If you want to find additional time frames, just click on this little arrow right here. You'll get a drop-down menu showing you additional time frames. You can also add or subtract time frames from your favorites list by simply highlighting the star next to the time frame you wish to add. So if I wanted to add a 2-hour, I'd give that a click. Now you can see that I added a 2-hour time frame to my favorites. If we want to get rid of one, we just uncheck the star next to the time frame. So if I uncheck the one next to the 1 minute, as you can see, I just got rid of the 1 minute time frame. This chart is powered by TradingView, so you'll have access to some drawing tools as well as some basic indicators. You can find your drawing tools by coming down here to the bottom left-hand side of the chart. There's a little blue arrow. Give it a click. It'll expand into a menu where you can find your drawing tools. Next to each of the drawing tools is another tiny little arrow. If you click on that, it expands into a drop-down menu where you'll find additional drawing tools. You can even build a little tab of your favorite drawing tools by highlighting the star next to the drawing tool that you wish to add. So for example, I'll go ahead and add a horizontal. Let's go ahead and do a trend line. Let's come down here. I'll go ahead and add a brush because I'll be using that later in this tutorial. Let's come down here. Let's go ahead and add a price range. Maybe we'll do a Fibonacci retracement as well. We'll come down here, highlight the star. Once I close this out, you can see I built a little tab that we can drag around the chart that has all the favorite drawing tools that I just added. When we're done with that, we can come back down to this little blue arrow and we can hide the drawing tools. If we want to add an indicator to the chart, we just click on the indicator tab right here. Then we'll get a pop-up window here where you can select an indicator that you wish to add to the chart. Or if there's something specific that you're looking for, you can search for it in the search bar. So let's go ahead and just do RSI. I'll go ahead and click on RSI. And as you can see, I added the relative strength index to the bottom of the chart. Another thing I like to do is I like to grab onto this little line right here between the volume and the chart. I like to just drag that down a bit like so. But certainly drag that wherever it looks best for you. Now, if I wanted to remove the RSI, I just come over here on the right-hand side of the RSI. You'll see a little X, give it a click, and it's gone. If you want to adjust the appearance of your chart a little bit, just right-click on it, and then select Settings from this little pop-up window here. Here's where we can adjust the appearance of the chart, and I do like to play with this a little bit. What I like to do is I like to get rid of the horizontal and vertical grid lines. For my trading style, they're not really serving much of a purpose. Let's go ahead and get rid of the vertical grid lines by clicking right there. I'm going to take the opacity right down to 0. We'll do the same thing for the horizontal ones like so. If we want to change the background of the chart, we can click right here. You can see I'm set to solid. You have the option of choosing a gradient. I personally like the solid. And then I like to come over to this box here. I like to select the darkest color possible like so. You can certainly take some time and play around with this and get it looking the way that you like it. At any point, if you need to reset anything, just come right down here where it says template, give that a click, and you can click on apply defaults. And as you can see, I've reset the defaults of the chart. So at any point, if you do something that you don't like the look of, just head down there and then restore the defaults. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the opacity of these guys again. Let's get that down to 0. Do the same thing here, like so. And we'll go like this. Good enough. And we'll click on OK. Much better. Now, when it comes to doing technical analysis, I personally just use TradingView directly. You'll notice here in Apex Pro, there really isn't much data to go by. So using TradingView is probably a better option. I'll just drag it into frame like so. If you don't already have this, I recommend giving it a shot. You can actually use TradingView for free. You'll get some pop-up ads and things like that. And if you find that distracting, you can always try a free month trial version of one of their paid plans. You're going to have access to way more data, way more indicators. You can look at different asset classes, all kinds of things. I mean, most exchanges in cryptocurrency right now, their charts are powered by TradingView for a reason. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link for TradingView in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. So feel free to try a free trial version of this. I also have a step-by-step tutorial on how to set up and use TradingView. So I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. So I'll go ahead and get this out of our way. And over here on the right-hand side, next to the chart, we have our order book. And the order book is showing us where market participants have placed their orders by executing limit orders. These market participants are referred to as market makers because they're providing liquidity to the order book by executing limit orders. On the top side of the order book, we have all the sells or the asks, and these are the price points that market participants have placed their limit orders to sell at. Down below, we have the buys or the bids, and these are the price points that market participants have placed some buy orders at. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price from the order book. The trade is executed and it can be viewable in real time right here on the Recent Trades tab. Here inside the Recent Trades window, we can see trades being executed in real time. All the sells are coming in red and all the buys will come in as green. In the price column of this, we can see that the price point the trade was executed at. In the amount column, we can see the size of the trade that went through. And over here in the time column, we can see the time that that trade was successfully executed at. If we want to get back to our order book, we just simply click here where it says order book. And next to the order book, we have our order panel where we can go long or short using limit orders, market orders, as well as conditional orders. And you can actually toggle between conditional market orders as well as conditional limit orders. Just hover over this little triangle and you can actually select conditional limit orders as well. Next to that, you can find the leverage, and currently this is set to 30x leverage. In my opinion, that is a crazy amount of leverage. And for anyone that's new to trading, or for most average traders out there, 30x is going to get you wiped out faster than a fart in a hurricane. For me personally, I don't usually go over 2 to 4x. I mean, just look at this chart right here on the daily. You can see that these assets move incredible amounts in short spans of time. Using tons and tons of leverage, in my opinion, just isn't necessary. That's not to say there isn't successful traders that do that, but for the average trader, I think that's going to get them wiped out really quick. So let's go ahead and edit that right now. So we can edit it by giving it a click. You get a little pop-up window here, and here's where you can adjust the amount of leverage you're using. So in this case here, I'm just going to go ahead and use this little minus button. Let's just take this right down, and I'm going to put this on 2x. And as a quick reminder, at the time of recording, this is all cross margin, which means whatever you deposit onto this platform is going to be used as collateral across all of your positions, whether you have 1 position or 5 positions. So if you get liquidated, you will lose your entire account balance, like whatever you deposited onto this platform. With isolated margin mode, whatever you put into that particular position is used as collateral. So if you get liquidated on isolated margin mode, you only lose that position, not your entire account balance. So another good consideration when choosing the amount of leverage you want to use here. I'll speculate that in the future, they'll likely add isolated margin mode to this platform, and perhaps you'll be able to toggle between margin modes in this little pop-up window here, or maybe you'll find the margin modes at the top right-hand side just above the order panel here. So certainly keep an eye out for that. Once you have the leverage set the way that you want it, just simply click on confirm. At the end of the day, you'll have to figure out what your risk tolerance is and what you're comfortable trading with. And just before I demonstrate some order types, I'll draw your attention over here to where it says funding rate. Here we can see that we currently have a positive funding rate of 0.001%. This means that long positions are paying short positions the funding rate during this current funding period. You can see that this current funding period has about 46 minutes left in it. If you ever see a negative funding rate here, that means shorts are paying longs the funding rate during that funding period. So it's good to keep your eye on that as well. First order I'll demonstrate is a limit order. So the first thing we need to do is toggle the order panel over to limit. A limit order will allow you to be a little bit more strategic by choosing a price point that you wish to go short or a price point that you wish to go long at. By choosing this order type, you're going to be a market maker because you're placing this order onto the order book for all to see. And because of this, you will pay the smaller fee of 0.02%, at least at the time of recording. To place this order, we first need to choose a price point that we wish to go long or short at. For example, let's head on over here to the chart, and just for fun, I'll grab a horizontal here from my little favorite drawing tool tab. Let's go ahead and stick one on the chart right there. And And then maybe we'll come down here and put another one somewhere in this area like so. Good enough for this demonstration. So here we can see that Bitcoin is clearly in a free fall right now. And maybe we're thinking to ourselves, you know what? Bitcoin might work its way down to this level here, maybe even lower. But perhaps it wants to pop back up around this horizontal here before it ultimately rolls over for its next drive to the downside. So perhaps we want to place a limit order to open a short at this level here. Because I've marked that area with a horizontal, we can see there's a price point correlating to it coming in at 21,319. So what we would do is we come back to the order panel, make sure we're set to limit. We'll type that into order price. We'll go 21,319. Next, we need to choose the size of the order we wish to place at that price point to go short. And we have two options. We can put in the quantity, so the size in the underlying asset, or we can just simply select the order value in USDC. And typically that's the one I like to use when trading with a stable coin. Next, I like to check the post only box. As you can see, the post only order will only be executed as a maker order. So this is going to ensure that you pay the smaller fee if your order fails. Once you have the order set up the way that you want it, you just simply click on sell short. And as you can see, I successfully submitted that order to the order book. Now we can find that order down here on the active order tab. If you give it a click where it says active, here's where we can find the details of the order we just placed on the order book. So in my case here, if price action was to float back up to this level here and tag my price point, I'll be opening a short position and would be looking for price action to move back to the downside. If at any point you want to cancel that order, you'd come down here where it says active order, and over here on the right hand side under action, you'll see that it says cancel. Go ahead and give that a click. And as you can see, I took that order off of the order book. Of course, we can use limit orders to place long orders onto the order book as well. So let's come back up to the chart. And let's just imagine that we think Bitcoin's going to work its way down over time to this horizontal down here. And maybe we want to try to place a long order onto the order book. Of course, we can see on the y-axis of the chart that there's a price point correlating to that horizontal coming in at 16,972. So let's go ahead and come up here to the order panel, make sure we're on limit, and we'll type that into order price. We'll go 16,972. Then we'll choose our quantity or our order value. I'll go ahead and just do the same thing here. We'll do 100. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on buy long. Now I've submitted that long order onto the order book, and we can find the details of it over here under active orders. Now you'll notice at the time of recording, if you're using the post only box, that this order will only stay on the order book for up to 4 weeks. And perhaps that changes by the time you're watching this video. But as of right now, a post only order will be on the order book for 4 weeks. Now that I've placed this order onto the order book, I'm looking for Bitcoin to retrace and get down to this level here. If it tags my price point, I'll be entered into a long position and I'll be looking for price action to move back to the upside. If at any point we want to cancel that order, we come down to the active order tab and over here on the right hand side, click on cancel. And as you can see, I removed it off the order book. So the plus side of a limit order is you can be a bit more strategic when choosing price points you wish to enter long or enter short, and you can also save on fees. However, you do need price action to cooperate. So in our short scenario here, maybe price action doesn't bounce to the upside and our order never fills. Maybe price action just continues to the downside, leaving us behind. Or perhaps price action comes up, fills our order, but then just continues to the upside. That would obviously put us at a loss. In our long scenario, maybe price action drifts down, but doesn't quite reach our entry before reversing. In this case here, our order would not be filled. Or maybe price action just drifts down there, fills the order, but then continues to the downside, putting us at a loss. So a couple basic things to consider when choosing if a limit order is going to be appropriate for you. Obviously, you'll need to do your own technical analysis and much better TA than what I've displayed here. These are just some basic horizontals, and I literally just put them on the chart for the purposes of demonstration. Only you'll be able to decide what price points are appropriate for you in your particular trade setup. Next up, we have market orders. So we'll come back up here to the order panel. We'll toggle from limit over to market. And these orders are very easy to place. They're going to execute immediately at the best available price from the order book, whether you're going long or you're going short. But there are a couple considerations when choosing a market order. Number one is that you will be considered a market taker because you're removing liquidity off of the order book versus adding to the order book by using a limit order. And because of this, you will pay a higher fee in order to use a market type. The second thing is what's known as slippage. We all know cryptocurrency can get moving very quickly, whether that's to the upside or to the downside. If Bitcoin was to start melting to the upside, it's going to be chewing up all the asks in the order book very quickly. If Bitcoin started to waterfall to the downside, it'll be chewing up all the bids in the order book. Remember, a market order is going to execute immediately at the best available price. So if price is moving really fast, you might not get the price point that you intended. And this is known as slippage. And it could mean that you're starting your position off at a slight loss, or it could mean that it's going to eat into your profit slightly if you're taking profits. Another way that slippage could affect you is if you yourself are trading with large sums of money, especially if it's on an altcoin with a thinner order book. So in other words, an order book with less limit orders placed on it. If you use market orders with large sums of money under those circumstances, you yourself will be chewing up the orders in the order book. This could change your average entry price, and it could also change your average exit price. Typically, slippage isn't a big deal unless the markets are really volatile, but it is good to be aware of slippage when placing market orders. Aside from that, placing market orders is nice and simple. You just simply come up to the order panel and you're going to choose if you're going to go long, so if you're betting on the price to go up, or if you're going to go short, betting on the price to go down. You can put in the quantity of the underlying asset that you wish to trade, or you can use the order value. For this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and do 50 USDC. And in this case, I'll go ahead and put on a long position. So I'll click on buy long. And as you can see, that order was executed immediately at the best available price from the order book. Now I can see that position down here on the positions tab. At any point, if I want to close this position manually, we can come over here on the right-hand side under close by. We have two options. We can close by limit, so we can specify a price point that we wish to exit at, or we can close by market, which will execute immediately at the best available price. So I'll go ahead and just click on market, choose the amount of the position you wish to trade. In this case here, I'll just do 100% and then click on confirm. Now, as you can see, I exited that position immediately at the best available price from the order book. And it's the very same if you want to go short. Just come up to the order panel. I'll go ahead and just do 50 USDC. And if I was betting on the price to go down, I'd click on sell short. And as you can see, that order executed immediately at the best available price from the order book. If you'd like to set a take profit as well as a stop loss for your position that is already open, you just simply come down here to positions. Here's where we can see my short position that I just opened. And over here on the right-hand side, you'll see where it says TPSL. Just simply click the add box underneath. Then you'll get this little pop-up window here where you can set your take profit as well as your stop loss. So currently I'm in my short position, and let's imagine that I'm targeting 20,000. I just come down here in the take profit box and I type it in, 20,000. Next, we'll need to choose the quantity of the position that we wish to take profit for if our price point gets hit. In this case here, I'll just go ahead and choose 100%. Down below that, Apex will be giving you an estimation of how much profit you could expect if your price point gets hit. In my case here, it would be a whopping $1.20 USDC, and that would be an 87% return. Next, we can set our stop loss. We'll just scroll down a little bit here. And let's just imagine that we want to set a stop loss at 21,000. I just type that in like so. Again, we'll choose the quantity of the position that we wish to release if our stop loss gets hit. And I'll go ahead and just put this to 100%. If we scroll down a little bit further, Apex is giving us an estimation as to how much we'll lose if the stop loss gets hit in this particular situation. Once you get this set up the way that you want it, you just simply click on confirm. Now we've placed our take profit and stop loss. If you want to find the details of your take profit and stop loss, you can come down here to your positions tab. Over here on the right hand side underneath TPSL, just go ahead and click on details. Then you'll get a pop-up window showing you where your take profit is, as well as your stop loss. Here's where you can also cancel those. So if at any time you want to cancel your take profit or stop loss, you'd come into this window here underneath action, just click on cancel. And as you can see, I just removed the take profit as well as stop loss. And once again, if you want to close this position manually, come down here to positions. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll have the two options to close by market or limit. If you wanted to do limit, you'd give this a click. And then you choose the price point that you wish to close at. So let's just imagine I wanted to close at 20,800. I could do something like that. We'll do 100% of the position. Then I'd click on confirm. Now this order has been placed on the order book. You can actually see it on the chart right here, this limit order. So we need price action to retrace to 20,800 before this position will close. And as you can see, it just hit and my position was closed. If you choose the market option, it'll execute immediately at the best available price. To withdraw your funds off Apex Pro and back into your wallet, just simply come over here on the right hand side, next to deposit, click on withdraw. Then you'll get a little pop-up window where you can complete your withdrawal. First things first, choose the network you wish to use. You can see that I'm currently set to Ethereum, but if I give that a click, here's where you can find the other networks, BNB, Polygon, or Arbitrum One. Simply click on the network that you wish to use. Just make sure that the wallet you're sending to supports this network. So in other words, make sure the network matches on both sides of this transaction. I'm sure the type of person watching this video is well aware of that, but just in case you're not, it is important for me to mention this, because if you send from one network into another, you have the potential to lose your coins forever. For this tutorial, I'll just go ahead and leave this on Ethereum. You'll notice here that I have this currently set on fast withdrawal. If we come down a little bit, you'll find a notice. It says under fast withdrawal, your application will be processed immediately and Apex Pro will charge a fee to cover the gas cost. And down here, you can see the current fee is being estimated at $9.39. Of course, if you use a different network, you're likely going to cut down on those fees. If you don't want to use fast withdrawal, you just come up here and click where it says on. Now I've toggled it to off. Now you'll see that it says normal withdrawals are a two-step process. The current step initiates your withdrawal request and will be processed on layer 2. Once your funds are ready, can take up to 12 hours, you'll receive a notification to withdraw funds to your wallet. You're responsible for any transaction gas fees. So if you're not in a hurry, you could always use this option here. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just toggle this back to on. Next, you'll need to choose the asset that you wish to withdraw. At the time of recording, that's simply USDC, but I imagine in the future, there's going to be other assets added to this platform. And to find the asset you wish to withdraw, you just give this a click here, and it'll likely appear in a drop-down menu. So in my case here, I'm just going to simply click on USDC. Next, choose the amount that you wish to withdraw. In my case here, I'll just go ahead and click on max, and then click on confirm withdrawal. Then you'll get a confirmation window here confirming the fee to make this withdrawal. Withdrawals are irreversible. If this all looks fine to you, you just simply click on withdraw. And now my withdrawal is in progress. And there you have it. That's how you trade on Apex Pro. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe. I'm also going to be putting out some more Apex Pro tutorials in the future, and I'll be building them into a playlist on my YouTube channel. Perhaps by the time you're watching this video, I've already done that, so feel free to check those out as well. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.